Hello, beautiful people. This is me again, bringing you part 2 of Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. I hope the first session of the series has helped you. Please share your experiences in the comments. And let's start with the part 2 today. It says, it is better to leave a vessel unfilled than to attempt to carry it when it is full. It is better to leave a vessel unfilled than to attempt to carry it when it is full. I would like to focus here on surrender and letting go. See, in our lives, sometimes the experiences are so intense, so traumatic that it's almost unforgivable in nature. We think that we cannot forgive, and we really get bad with ourselves. We make it all about us. Now, and we, what happens is that we want answers. We like things that are predictable in nature. We like control, and it becomes so difficult when we want answers for what has happened to us, and most importantly why it has happened to us. And when we don't get answers to our questions, we suffer more and more, and with our own thoughts and interpretations we then create more and more suffering. If you understand that everything that happens to you has a purpose. Now, I really don't know what your experiences are like, and by explaining this, I'm not saying that what happened was okay. That's not the thing. That's not my intention. The point is that we have the capacity and the power to overcome it. Okay, I'm really not talking about traumatic experiences. As a psychologist, I understand how does it feel like. Okay, so I'm referring to daily experiences. Okay, that is something that are intense and sensitive in nature, but we can deal with it. Okay, and for anything that is more sensitive or traumatic for you, then you know what work you have to do and how you can seek a professional help also. So yes, coming to my point, everything that happens to us has its purpose, and this is on record. I mean, repeating it again and again, so for us to understand, everything has its purpose. Our job is to understand the purpose of that experience and learn the lesson from it the first time. The first time. Don't wait for the third time, 10th time, 15th time. Learn the lesson right in the first time, in the first place. Okay, and understand its purpose. And the times when we don't get the answers for our questions or for our prayers, doesn't mean that it is not heard. Okay, but it means that you have to let that thing go. If you are not getting answers for your questions and you are still suffering and struggling because of it, it means that you have to leave that vessel for what it is. Just drop the vessel, leave it, and make new choices, create new thoughts, and create new experiences. You gotta leave it. Let me tell you something. I'm sure you must have also have done this, but I have really not got answers for the things for which I believe I should have the answers. Okay, and then I learned that I have to just let it go without making it all about me or without making it about the other person. And I realized that I have to, and I have in such experiences when we don't get the answers also, we have to forgive without receiving apology. You got to forgive those experiences and the people who have not even, who were not even sorry to you, who have not even apologized to you. You have to forgive. You have to leave the vessel for what it is without making it about you, without giving power and dominion to them or to that experience in your life. You just got to leave it there for what it is and make new responsible choices. Next point. This is very, very important. This will help you when you find yourself in stressful, fearful or anxious situations. When one gives undivided attention to the breath, I give a lot of focus on meditation. I have been telling you this. When one gives undivided attention to the breath and brings it to the utmost degree of pliancy, he can become a baby. When he has cleansed away the most mysterious sides of his imagination, he can become with a flow. Let's break it down. When one gives undivided attention to the breath, so whenever you find yourself in any discomfort, unpleasant situation, or when it feels like this is too much to tolerate now, this is too much to live in, just take a deep breaths. Take 3 deep inhales and slow complete exhales. Your entire physiology will change in that moment. Can you see your image in boiled water, hot boiled steaming water? Can you see your image in that? No, you can't. So whenever your mindset is on high energy, it's struggling and it loses its sense of peace and understanding, in those times you have to take breath. Then only you can take the next correct decision. Otherwise you will make errors or you will suffer. Breath is the, do you know this, that breath is the link between life and death. Breath is the link between life and death. By breathing, you become one with yourself and one with life. We take breath for granted, but we are nothing if our breath is gone. I mean, whatever these noises that are here, the ego that is constantly shouting and telling you what to do next to make yourself feel worthwhile, to become successful, to have this position, this degree, this qualification, this license, this certificate, on and on and on, and getting upset with something or someone who did wrong to you in 1990 and this is 2021, still suffering, still thinking, still not healed, still not forgiven, still judging the present experiences based on past experiences, still interpreting the present situation based on past interpretations, past thinking and thinking errors, and on and on. Once your breath is gone, everything is gone. Like you are just no more, you are dead. Okay. So breath is the link between life and death. And in any of those sensitive periods, remind yourself to breathe. It will change your entire physiological experience, plus you will know what to do. it will help you in assessing the reality and considering the facts and accepting for what it is. Remember to breathe and be grateful for your breath. Second in the point in the same, when he has cleansed away, so as you breathe, all of this thing gets relaxed, your system gets relaxed. Remember, I have said this, your mind, the primitive brain, your reptilian brain has not yet evolved. I mean, this is from the evolutionary perspective. So earlier, the threat was real for a primitive man, right? The lion or tiger was in front, and so the mind and body operated to deal with that real danger. So whenever we are in stress or in danger, here from the pituitary gland, the system, our body is in activation of 3 F's: fight, flight and freeze mode. Okay, and they release this stress hormones, and it reaches on to your adrenal glands, which is on the top of your kidneys. Their cortisol levels are released, and that's how you deal with the stress. But and this is a helpful response. Okay, but it was then. Now, even if there is no tiger in front of us, no lion in front of us, but our reactions to such threats or dangers are very, very real. So that way our reptilian brain has not evolved. I mean, that's the part of the reptilian brain that has to do with amygdala and hippocampus in the limbic system, in the limbic area of your brain. We got to activate this prefrontal cortex so as to use our logical and reasoning brain or understanding of the experience. And that can happen when you breathe and get relaxed first. That's how you will just remove the clouds, this clouded vision, the clouds that has blurred your vision. Then only you will be able to make sense of the experience of the situation, and then you will get the right appropriate understanding and insight. So breathe before you like whenever you are in discomfort state, just breathe and then think something or do something about it. Okay, that's how you become without a flaw. Here is the next one. Clay is fashioned into vessel, but it is on their empty hollowness that their use depends. The door and windows are cut out from the walls to form an apartment, but it is on the empty space that will be there inside the house on which its use depends. I have been giving a lot of importance on working on yourself. Everything starts from yourself. No matter how much work you do onto the exteriors of yourself and on the external parts of yourself, in terms of looks, in terms of your work, position, money, success, whatever. You are what you are based on what you are inside. If from outside you have all this richness and glorious, whatsoever adjectives you give to it, but from inside, if you are empty, there is no sense of self-awareness, there is this empty within, you are in trouble, dear. You have, I won't say nothing to give, but that's not authentic experience of yourself or your life. You got to fill yourself from within. बाहर से शॉपिंग करते जाना एंड मटीरियल चीज़ें इकट्ठे करते जाना will not make you feel good about yourself. Jumping from one relationship to next relationship, having those intimate experiences, shopping and shopping, getting this and that for yourself will not make you feel, you may feel good about yourself for a moment, but human beings live in a fleeting state of happiness. You want something, you get it after 6 months or after 2 years, you will feel happy about it, but after some period of time you will venture into the next one, right? You will want something else. So deriving your self-worth and your value from external things will never make you feel complete. How do you judge a clay vessel? By its use, and its use is how hollow it is from within, how much space is there inside the clay. That will make it useful and worthwhile. Otherwise you will not take something, otherwise you will not take it, right? So what things you are adding into your being, not into your, not in your room or in your house or in your office or in your wardrobe, in your wallet or purse, but what things you are adding into your being. What do you think about yourself from within? How do you feel about yourself from within? On a daily basis, what things you are doing so that you feel good about yourself, within yourself, and you feel there is this awareness and connection. So add things into your being. Do something daily that makes you who you are, and that makes you one with life and keeps you grounded all the time. So even if something goes wrong, you understand where you are coming from. You understand from where is your power coming from. What is your source and who you are. That's very, very important. So working on yourself, working on the inner being of yourself is important. Add things into your being. Do something daily that makes you who you are, because that's what matters. So I'll see you in part 3. Till then, keep revising and repeating these practices, and let me know how is this helpful to you. Thank you so much.